All right, it's New Year's Eve. It's about to be 2025. And what better time to talk about fear? This episode, if you want to call it that, of Diversity Dream is going to be about fear and the correct way to think of fear, how to utilize fear, and what kind of fears we are bringing into the new year. So stay tuned. Diversity Dream, we talk about marginalized identity and intersectionality always through our own lens, and we share a lot of our wisdom here. I say we because I am plural. My name's Jace, and let's get right into it. Right? They say that there is nothing to fear but fear itself. Have you ever heard that turn of phrase? I disagree. I disagree. I don't think that we should fear fear, and I'm going to tell you why. First off, anything that you fear, you should seek to understand. Okay? Another quote about fear that I think is inaccurate comes to mind. Have y'all seen Dune, read the book, seen the recent movie? There's a quote from Dune, fear is the mind killer. But I don't think that is accurate either. Fear is very important to understand because it's a tool. Fear is a natural response designed to protect you. You shouldn't run away from your fear. You shouldn't be afraid of your fear. You shouldn't even view it as an enemy. Rather, I think you should view fear as a friend. That might seem wild to some of y'all, right? That might seem kind of out there. Like, how do we make friends with fear? Well, let's think about it for a second, right? All right. So a friend, someone who is a friend to you, would try to warn you of danger, would try to warn you of something happening that you might not like or might not be comfortable with. That's what fear is trying to do. So don't be afraid of fear. Don't push it away. Don't treat it like an enemy. Don't hate it. However, similarly to a friend, right? Your friend means well. Your friend is looking out for you for sure, but you shouldn't always listen to your friends, right? You need to have your own discernment. Your fear is also a powerful tool that can help you identify internal biases as well as external threats. So let's get cozy with fear. Let's seek to understand it. Let's feel it, and let's use it as the powerful tool that it is in self-actualization and in pretty much anything we do, the work going forward into this new year. Now, getting back to New Year's Eve. Now, I'm going to talk about my fear going into the new year. Like many of you, it's the fear of the unknown, right? But when I really thought about it, the unknown is always there, okay? It's an ever present fear. So, why is it peaking around New Year's Eve? There's a lot of collective energy present, around New Year's Eve. We can pick up on other people's fears, excitement, anxiety. But really, January 1st is just another day when you think about it. Other cultures also have their own New Year's date, so it's not even unique. And what I'm getting at here is that this day and this time holds significance because we choose to give it special attention. When you have fear, how do you react to it? You could give it special attention, all right, and make a big deal out of it like we do with New Year's Eve. You could completely ignore it and act like it doesn't exist, it's not there. Those are two extremes. But I think the best option lies somewhere in the middle, all right? And with most things in life, actually, I think that there really isn't a black and white, good, bad, good, evil, I should say. There really isn't a black and white. I think that the truth lies in the gray, somewhere in between. And so if you can identify two extremes in any argument and then work your way towards the middle, you are going to find a lot of peace in your life. All right. So with New Year's Eve, we could, with fear, the fear that we feel on New Year's Eve, we could take it to the extreme and pay so much attention to that fear, we could ignore that fear. But what I think we should actually do is just be aware. That's what I'm going to do tonight, on New Year's Eve. I just want to be aware of what is happening around me, soaking up the energy and paying attention to how it makes me feel. Okay? I'm not going to be afraid of the unknown, because the unknown is always there. And I can choose to think of a time where it didn't bother me, right? Think of a time in the past when the unknown didn't bother you, and make the decision that you're not going to let it bother you now. It's not going to bother me now. All right? Also, I'm going to be leaning into excitement. I have so much to be excited about this New Year's Eve. This is my first New Year's Eve out as the man that I am. My first, and it marks the beginning, the beginning of the first full calendar year living out and proud as a gay man. That's huge. And I can focus on that, right? I don't know what the future holds, but I can hold space for me, okay? I can trust myself. I can rest in the peace and the knowledge that I know what to expect from myself. Ask yourself a very important question. Do you know what to expect from you? Let that one sit for a sec, okay? And if the answer is no, then that means you need to explore yourself more, and you also need to set better boundaries with yourself. Have you ever made a decision and then gone back on that decision and changed course and done something completely opposite and then later regretted it? That's because you had poor boundaries with yourself. You broke your own boundaries. But when you honor your decisions, your choices, your feelings, your boundaries with yourself, then you will know what to expect from yourself. And when facing the unknown, you can rely on that, all right? I know that I will survive. I know that I can thrive. And I know that I'm fully capable of lifting my voice, and that when my voice is lifted, it uplifts others, right? This is a hard job, what I'm doing right now. All the things I do on social media, it's not easy. I put myself out there every day. I put myself at risk every day, but I also make new connections every day, and I find new strength and purpose in myself every day doing this. That's why I value all your likes, your comments, your responses. The secret word in this video, by the way, is orange. So if you if you watch this long, put orange in the chat and you will get a little treat just from us. And I'm going to end the video on this. Anytime that I fear hatred, I can diffuse that fear with the deep love that I have for myself. Maybe diffuse isn't the right word. I don't want to diffuse my fear. I want to honor it. I want to seek understanding with it, right? That's the whole point of this video. But I think a lot of people going into this new year, they fear the hatred of others, and rightfully so. I myself have that fear. What I do to combat that, not the fear, I accept that fear. I honor that fear. That fear is real. But the hatred, that's what I am combating with a deep love of myself, all right? That's why when people comment, just outlandish things on my social media channels, it doesn't bother me as much anymore. It used to bother me a lot. It used to ruin my whole day, right? Somebody would leave a comment and it would ruin my whole day. But now it doesn't do that. And that's because I have built up a well of self-love that is constant and that I can rely upon in the face of fear, in the face of the unknown, and in the face of hatred. Happy New Year, and keep dreaming.